as far as our community, as you know, melanated people, black people, what do you think that we need to focus on the most? As like just to like get to the point where that we actually doing for ourselves or
Organization.
organization.
hmm Organization amongst each in the community is essential to the growth development of actually coming up with a real plan. You got to be organized to be on the unified front.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely true. Um, but I feel like in order to be organized, we have to come to the mirror and look at ourselves first because we have a lot of different vices that can take place in our in our pursuit of organizers, which can be detrimental when we do get together.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the what they got with the church when they say "come as you are." It's got
Hmm.
to be with that understanding of okay, everybody's at a different place in their journey, but at the same time, not being above learning. So you got to be malleable to some degree of okay, I don't know everything, but
Right.
I know that we something needs to change. In order for something to change, we got to do something different than what we have done. But also look at other people or other subcultures and see
Hmm.
what they have done to get the change they wanted.
That's true. We gotta study. That is very true because we spend a like as far as finances, we spend a lot of our money in places where it's not beneficial to our health, mindset, or wellness. Like materialistic items get us nowhere, and that's just one aspect. Um, but our money, like I feel like people don't understand how much finances play a part in like their health and their mindset. Like most of the crime that's like taking place is because people are in a survival mindset. So it's like, where do we, like, what point do we like start to change where we spend our money at so we can create for ourselves and create opportunities for the people that need it in our community? Because I mean, like you said, you gotta come and be like ready to learn, but nobody not thinking like that if they're in a survival mindset.
It's interesting perspective changes how that works because growing up here it makes you think like oh man we got it so hard and tough, right?
Hmm.
I know I even at some point in life as a kid we stayed in a shelter and I was like man y'all got this and that, y'all got all this stuff going on, you got your parents, you got all these things, y'all just take it for granted. It's a really easy. Then I went to Africa
Mm.
and I went to different parts of within us being there. My lady, she from Sierra, her family's from Sierra Leone, so we stayed
Okay.
with them. And initially, they stayed what we would consider like a mansion here. It looked nice, it was like a compound. So, but when you leave that compound, you see real life.
Real life, yeah,
And
definitely.
we went from just the city to outside the city to further outside the city and further and further. I'm like, man, so you don't have no traffic lights there. So you don't think about what life is like without traffic lights until you're in a place where there's no traffic lights and it's still traffic. It's still cars and people moving and
Right.
getting around. But I say all that to say this: you get further out in the villages where there's no electricity, and you
Hmm.
go, they happy. So
That's facts.
they it's not that happiness is financial. We gotta not look at it from an Anglo-Saxon Eurocentric point of view of what happiness is to them, but we adapting that and we looking at it and comparing it. When you're not comparing and you just put into your world and your world, you can find happiness within your world. And it
Yeah.
redefines what you see as what survival mode could really look like.
I like that perspective a lot because I had the same experience when I went to Africa. It was very, very much of a culture shock because, like you said, when you seen the big houses out there, and it was like, wow, these houses are huge. Then you go into um more like the rougher parts of Africa, and you see how much joy that the kids have without electronic devices and materialistic things. Just happy to be alive, just happy to be outside playing with their friends, and that part really stuck with me because it's not the same here. So, that part changed me a lot. Just like how I look at America and what, happiness truly is. Like it really makes you rethink everything. So I get what you're saying. Like that definitely ties into us being here in survival mode, but like when our people in survival mode, they pretty much crashing out to get those uh those materialistic items or that lifestyle that they aiming for. They crashing out to do that. Whether it's selling drugs, whether it's on to rob people, places, you know what I'm saying? Or things like, scamming. They doing any and everything in order to obtain this so-called, rich lifestyle or whatever, they aiming for. Sometimes it's not even the money. Sometimes it's clout or, you know, recognition, stripes or whatever, they call it. Yeah, it's, I don't know, man.
It's what they coin as the American dream.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that you mentioned within that really stood out to me. Earlier this year, or maybe it was last year, I found out the difference between joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it was explained was that joy comes from within, happiness is external stuff. So when you really break that down, you see, like you said the kids in Africa, they had joy.
Yeah.
You said people here are searching for happiness. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you start to, I mean, even without thinking about it, you just pretty much explained it, which is that they had the joy from within. They didn't have to go find outside validation to find that joy. We looking at outside things and entities around us to say that's what happiness is. So we're pursuing happiness while innately we have joy within us already.
Mm. That's deep right there. We pretty much pursuing happiness from an external point of view, and rather than internal. Just being able to just have a mind and think and see with your own two eyes, because we take so much for granted, man. Like just like even us being here right now, like people in Florida, people in North Carolina, they are like, you know, they have a lot of fear in their heart right now, fear in their mind, because they don't know what's going to happen next. Some people moving out, some people, leaving the state, some people just going to stick it out. But it's like, just us being where we at right now, we blessed because, we not experiencing that. So, it's rough, man. Just having to navigate the different mindsets, and being trying to be in a space where you can change that. Like, that's why I was thinking before I came here, like, we all have our own wars that we fighting. And that can be positive or negative. Like, you know, from me knowing you just coming in here and just, using your equipment and just, doing my podcast, is like I was seeing it from a point of view like you fighting a war too, because you trying to push media. You giving people a platform, you giving people resources to use in order to get that content out. And that is a big war I mean, that's a big war that we fighting, and it's very much needed. And like when we think about wars, it's like you gotta be strategic. You gotta be strategic, and it's like you had a vision, you brought the vision to life. You know, by setting this up and having people, come in and push their content, whether and it's working. It's you fighting the war, man. Like we all at war with something. It's just how you look at it. Really, that's how I see it.
Yeah, we all got our internal battles and um that we're working towards. I think the war becomes when as we unify and really fight on different battle fronts.
Hmm.
So, it's not unknown to the people, but you hear the saying, if you control the media, you control the minds of the masses. So, I
Yeah,
mean, right now, there's a lot of negative things in the media. There's always negative things, but it's positive things if you look for 'em. If you
definitely.
seek it, you shall find, right?
If you seek it, that's a fact. I feel like most of the media that is put out though is like maybe like 15-20% positive, and the rest is like drama or like stuff to instill fear inside of you, which is very much is detrimental to our mindset and behaviors because we start to make certain decisions based upon the media, whether it's social media, Instagram, TikTok, or whether it's like the news, or maybe it's a TV show that you're watching. Like I feel like it all correlates into how we think as people. But I don't know if the the part about that, I don't know if it's understood though. Like, and I feel like that is the most, like that's the start of like change to me. Like just understanding how we like what we consuming is really not good for us. And it's like everything that you consume, it literally builds up inside of your subconscious mind. Like, and it's like you start to act out different things, and you start to do certain things that you see without even noticing it. So I think like that's key to understand, like especially as far as change.
Yeah, as you even mentioned it, I was thinking about this as you were saying that just what media really is, right? If it represents the idea to sway the masses, once you combine that with social engineering,
Mm-hmm.
which is the social media's combining social engineering and media at the same time to say, okay, now we can take what we know about people and we can engineer them to do this based off of this information. Now I can feed you and consume, you can consume whatever you want. If you was to think about the average grocery store that you go into,
Right.
and I was trying to picture this, like most grocery stores, when you go into it, to the right you got all the fruits and vegetables. Now
Mm-hmm.
you can bypass all those fruits and vegetables and go straight to the processed food. You can go get the hot dogs, hamburgers, the pizza, the frozen food over there. That stuff is usually at a distance. You might not notice it, but the fruits and vegetables is right there at the front.
That is very true. Now that I really think about it, like all the processed stuff. Hold on. So the processed stuff is usually in the middle, right? And the good stuff is on the outside.
The healthy
From
stuff is
us.
is up front for you to get to first, but a lot of
Yeah.
people go past that to get to the processed stuff, to the frozen stuff. It's usually at a distance. The frozen stuff is not the frozen aisle. I haven't seen a frozen aisle in the market, any grocery store I can think of right now, that I walked in and the frozen food was right there in front of me. It's usually I gotta walk to some corner
Yeah.
of the
That's
store to
true.
get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're bypassing all the good stuff to say, man, that's all they got in here is unhealthy stuff.
Right.
It's like, well, you ignored all the stuff leading up to this point.
Yeah.
Now, when they advertise it to you and it's marketed to you, the media's feeding it to you, and you choose to consume the negative stuff, then yeah, that's going to be the outlook, is that it's only negative stuff around me. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
that's what you bring to your home, is the negative stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, the decision making, man. That's what I mean about decision making. Like I mean, I'm trying to think. Time I don't really watch TV as much. Like I watch it if I'm in the setting and it's on. Like that's the only time I really catch the news. Um and like, see different advertisements. But I'm saying that to say like I don't really like when I see advertisements, it's not telling us to like go eat fresh produce. Like I don't remember any advertisements, even the times I was watching TV that just like tell us go eat fresh produce. It's usually like, a new snack that came out, or like maybe like McDonald's, or different companies that's promoting garbage, really. I don't really see too many like stuff that's healthy for you. And I feel like that's a part of the media aspect that I'm talking about, because we consuming a lot of TV, we consuming a lot of social media, but that's driving us to specific behaviors in our daily lives. Just like music, for example. Like right here, I got pulled up and say, yeah, in 2023 revenue statistics. It says recorded music revenues in the US in 2023 continue strong growth for the eighth consecutive year. Total revenue grew 8% to a record high of 17.1 billion at estimated retail value. Streaming continued to be the biggest driver of growth, with record levels of engagement in paid subscriptions, continued growth in ad supported revenues, and growing contributions from new platforms and services. At wholesale value, revenues grew 7% to a record high of 11 billion. 17.1 billion from streams, subscriptions, and ad supported revenues. Like that is a lot of money, man. 17.1 billion. Like, how like we don't even need that much money to fix our community. And I say our community because we are the ones that are in control of music. Hip hop culture is controlled by us. And it's not just local. It's not just in the United States. It's worldwide. Like, and it's just like $17.1 billion from streaming. And like it don't take that much, man. It really don't take that much to gather, you know, like how you mentioned earlier about, like unity. It don't take that much to gather people and finances together. They making this much. We got artists making they suspectedly making billions or millions, as they say. So it's like, how much does it cost for y'all, for five of y'all to get together and, you know, put some money back into the community to build schools, to build, you know, substance abuse clinics or mental health clinics? Like, I'm kind of confused, man. Like, it don't make sense to me half the time. You know, it, I just be like, where is the care for the community? Like, at some point in time, I feel like people get to a point where they just know that like this shit ain't right. Like, I gotta do something to give back. You feel me? Like, it has to be to a point like they get that, like, I don't care how much money you get and I don't care how many cars you got. Like, you have to get to a point where it's like I gotta give back at some point,
It's your
and
mentality.
actually see it. Like I don't know, man.
It's a mentality thing. It's a lot of rules within money having rules itself. If you're not willing to give back at a low level, it's chances are you're not gonna give back at a high level. If you make, let's just say, $60,000 a year, and you see some people that you see directly that you're bypassing every day, and they saying, "Hey, can I get a dollar? Can I get a dollar?" And you said, "Nah, I can't give you a dollar." When
Mm,
you 10x that amount of money, or you 20x that type of money that you was getting, you probably gonna still run into the same situation. Like you wouldn't give at a low level. So now I think you're gonna give out 60,000, 100,000, $1 million.
right.
You have a selfish mentality.
That's true. Like, and then that I see what you're saying about a selfish mentality, but that goes back into having a survival mindset. Like, I have to, be selfish in order to get to a certain level. I have to be a certain way so that I can maintain whatever I'm trying to, build up. So it does. I feel like it does go back to the root of just like our environments, the the patterns that we see from our elders and our peers. But it's like, where does it change though? Like, I know it's harder to like get into older people's minds. Like, they say the best time to put something in a kid is from ages 0 to 7 because they like a sponge at that age. But in our brain, I think they said we stop growing at 25 or something like that. Something in that range. In fact, let me look it up. When
Yeah,
do
so I mean, it is a lot of different things, microcosms within that,
develop?
and it is hard to do, as they say, teach old dog new tricks.
Mm-hmm.
But you can learn a lot from the old dog.
That's a
Like,
fact.
how you survived this long. What did you go through? So I know I spent a lot of time lately talking to my grandma
Mm-hmm.
about certain things, like her perspective on what was going on during civil rights. Now she was in New York, and it was probably a lot different there, but to get
Right.
the real life perspective, so you can pass along that information, because as as again as melanated people, we are naturally griots, and we would pass along the stories, and that's how we fostered our lifestyle. That's how we pass along information, so the next generation could know the traditions. When you strip people of their traditions,
Mm-hmm.
you strip them of their identity, which I mean successfully they have done.
Successfully. Mm-hmm.
And as we try to combat that and regain our footing, then we find ourselves in those situations now where we sitting here thinking, overthinking it.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I definitely believe in being able to just sit down with elderly people or somebody who had different experiences in life, and just talking to them about how they got through it, what was the challenges with, what type of things I need to look out for. Because I mean, I always been the type to be able to take wisdom, take understanding. If somebody's teaching, I'm listening. And I don't have to go through the experience because I'm taking what you went through and applying it to my life so I don't have to go through those same experiences. For what? Why do I need to, you know, I'm specifically thinking of me growing up and seeing my brother go in and out of jail. I'm already seeing what's going on, like as far as you going out of jail and you battling with the system, doing 3 years, yeah, 3 years here and then coming home, and me talking to you over the phone. Like, I don't want to do that because I see you do it, and it's like you already telling me what's going on with it. It's no point in me going to experiencing that because at this point I would look stupid. Cause you literally giving me the blueprint. And it's like nowadays it's even more advanced because you got social media giving you the blueprint. You got people telling their stories in media. You got people on podcasts letting the youth or people that's grown know that like this isn't the way, bro. Like you have opportunity. You have resources that you can use to um get the lifestyle that you want, to you know live out your dreams. Why would you want to choose a path um that I'm already telling you that ain't it? That I'm already that like know deep down inside that's gonna lead to destruction. Like sometimes that part is not. I don't understand that part either. Like you see it, and you know what it's gonna lead to. But right here it say the human brain generally considered fully developed around mid to late 20s with the prefrontal cortex responsible for complex decision making and planning being one of the last areas to mature fully at this time. So yeah, it's like mid to late 20s where like our brains become fully developed. So I guess that's a part of like, understanding. I guess that's a part of people not being able to take the wisdom and understanding from elderly adults. Like, and a lot of it, back to media, I just feel like people, like, we have to realize how important social media is right now in this generation. Like, today, like, we have to realize it because, bro, we went from iPads, I mean, little iPods to big Apple cell phones that can take pictures, that can FaceTime, that can call people from all the way across the world. Like, that is a super rising technology, man. Like, and then it's not stopping there. It's really not stopping there. Like, it's only growing. I was looking, I was researching earlier about I was researching Mr. Mark, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. Um, he got plans. Before this, let's go and show you because this part is important. Mark Zuckerberg net worth. Okay, $204 billion. That's his net worth. $204 billion. Like, okay, they say net worth is not exactly how much you have, but he has at least $999 million. That is a lot of money. Okay. So my point is to showing you his net worth is because that is going to that's going to give him purpose, even more purpose to continue on because the emotion of greed is a real thing. It's a real thing. $204.2 billion. That's a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure he don't look that old. So he probably got a lot more adventures that he want to take place. So um taking a look at this, his agenda for 2030. It says Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is no longer looking at he is no longer looking to set short-term New Year resolutions. Instead, he has a vision for 2030 as explained in a lengthy Facebook post that spans augmented reality glasses, a large investment in small business, and a generational change in how social media is used. Right? Okay. So let me pull up his Instagram post that was like really crazy to me. This is a look at the meta glasses that
Oi, oi.
Hey Meta, remind me where I parked my car.
You parked in spot 2304.
Oh, okay.
like what? The meta glass is literally telling you where you parked at. Like, dude, that is so tech. Like I don't know if people realizing how tech that is. Like, so that's basically saying that the meta glasses is recording and taking note of everything that you do when you have them on your face and you have them on. Like, it's literally recording everything. So you gotta think about how advanced that is, like, you know, and how, that really changes everything as far as social media. Because everything is gonna be more like everything is gonna be recorded. Like it's like everything is going to be more of a like more of an authentic type of view of social media. Um this is a live stream, so I'm just gonna answer this. Hello. I'm podcasting. Give us a message. Give us a message. You on camera, give us a message. Message for the people, man. Okay, eat healthy. Right, get some you time. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all hear that? Get some you time. Eat healthy. Make sure you take care of yourself. Happy Friday. All right, ma. I'm gonna call you back when I'm done. All right. All right. Love you too. Um, but yeah, back to Mr. Mark. He has a plan. He has a plan for his vision for 2030. For generational change in how social media is operating. And like I was saying before, it's gonna be more of an authentic type of social media, I feel like, because um like when I be looking at like funny videos on social media, a lot of people be having these glasses on. So it's like you don't know that somebody's recording you because it's like, okay, they just got glasses on, and you don't know that you're being recorded through their glasses. So you're going to be yourself, which makes certain things like certain videos so funny, like because people just be being themselves. It's different when you pulling out your phone and you recording somebody like, no, it's not that. Somebody got glasses on, so you don't even know. So you might say something crazy, or you might do something you might not even normally do because you don't know somebody recording you. So it's definitely gonna be interesting actually. Like me myself, I probably get the glasses soon. I ain't gonna lie, because I mean, I feel like it's important for us to stay updated too, because like things is moving so fast. And it's like you don't want to get left behind. Like as crazy as that may sound, like, oh yeah, you gotta keep up with everything that's going on. But you don't want to get left behind because that as far as how I look at it, is like you want to be with the flow of things so you can create and still make impact, and I'm not saying that, like as far as like businesses, they were forced to get into the social media realm to promote their business. They was forced to start making reels. They was forced to, you know, post what they're doing in the community just so that people can know, because people are on social media. So it's like you don't want to get left behind that wave and still like trying to do things the regular way. Like you can, I'm not saying flyers and, in-person engagement doesn't work, but it's like you want to be on that wave of what's happening now. Because if you get left behind, you might just get left, and then it's like you just catching up from there, which can make things harder. So, man, it's going to be different, man. It's like it's actually it's very interesting. While we on the social media aspect, Mr. What's his name? Mr. Elon Musk, he did some he he had something too that was right interesting to me. Okay, here you go right here. Tesla's We Robot event.
As you can see, I just...
I don't want to play too much of this.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it. As you can see, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the Cybercab, and
Okay, go right here. All right,
the AI inference
so
computer techniques.
dude is really gonna be
And
selling
we've made
robots.
a lot of progress.
Like he's gonna be selling robots from like 20. I think he said $20,000 to $30,000. Like you can purchase a robot and they can teach you things. They can do things for you. Wash the dishes, wash your car, take out the trash. Like a literal like a real person. Like literally like a real human being, but it's really just like a robot. Like this is about to be actually a thing.
With Optimus. And as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO. And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car, is my prediction long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get
$20,000 and $30,000, like, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like how you get a car. You might can put a down payment on it. You might can do monthly payments. So it's like it's real accessible. Like it ain't like, oh yeah, it's only rich people. No, you probably can get one too, buddy. Like $300 a month or whatever. They may have different payment plans for you. So, but it's like this is really where the world is going. I think they just dropped this yesterday. Like, I think this was like posted yesterday, but it just shows like where technology is headed to. Like, and it's really, really, I'm gonna say it can be scary. It can be because different movies and you see different things. It's like, oh, can it get to that really? Like robots taking over the world, or robots out here doing crazy things, and it's just like, damn, like can it really get to that? So that's like a thought. But How do you prepare? You get along with it. Maybe get yourself one. Arm yourself with something. You know? I mean, like, got real robots, like literally
in the long
like,
term. Um, but fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks. Whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I think this will be
whatever you can think of, it'll do. He ain't say that for no reason. He said that because, yeah, whatever you think of, it's like where everything develops. It's like how I said the iPod developed into the iPhone 16. Where do you think? Robots are going to develop too. This is just a test run. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, what you think about that, brother? Like the robots.
I think kind of go back to the media conversation earlier. I think they put a lot of stuff to prime you to get you ready for it. I always think about when they say like military technology is 20 years ahead of time, and I'm like, well, how long ago did iRobot come out?
Right. A long time ago though,
Probably
right?
about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So you see that type of stuff, you just can't be too surprised. You just gotta go, okay. I mean, would I get a robot? I think I would buy a robot.
Same.
Like I don't know if I want that robot.
Right.
Probably wait a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want the iRobot robot.
Right. That's the thing. Like, why? Why would you not get one? Why would you not want to like have that experience? And then it's like it's going to grow on us over time. So eventually, everybody's going to have a robot. I feel like you might have certain people like, no, that's just crazy. But it's going to grow on a lot of people, just like iPhones grew on a lot of people. Like I just always related back to like how we were on little iPods. And now we got iPhone, FaceTime, music, everything you can think of. Literally, iPhone has even made people millionaires and billionaires. So it's like, it's so much potential that, we have in ourselves and just like the tools that is around us that, really, really, can amplify that potential.
I
But
think as much as it amplifies stuff, it does make people less susceptible to really learning like AI.
mm-hmm,
What people use ChatGPT for right now, like they're using it for everything, which is, hey, why not use a tool for a tool, but
mm-hmm.
at your expense of you not learning anymore and you solely relying on this. You figure how to spell stuff, you figure how to type stuff yourself, right?
Yeah, that's a fact right there. I really, really love ChatGPT, and I see how detrimental it is, especially to kids. Like I was working in a school, and I think I think was it an English teacher? I think it was an English teacher or a a social studies teacher that was telling me how a kid literally used ChatGPT. he used ChatGPT to like finish an essay, and it's like they have different like plagiarism and ChatGPT detectors for these things at school. So it's like kids are using them. So it's not something that is really, really beneficial to the development of kids. I feel like because they missing out on, just like actual taking time to research and read and really understand from the point of finding the information. Because when you
Less
like,
critical thinking.
huh?
Less critical thinking.
Yeah, less critical thinking. Basically, that's what it is. Yep. Because I mean that I feel like that part of just seeking information, like hearing about a topic or something that like really interests you, or like a theory or something, hearing about it, and then going to research it and then finding books that talk about it and go into depth, like examples and different stories about like how this correlates to people. That part of learning is so rich. Like it really is. Like I really feel like that's what that chat gbt and this AI technology is taking away a big part of our learning, which is sad actually.
Yeah,
But
it's interesting. One of the things I think the smartest thing they did was the branding of AI technology, and it's so you can get used to the acronym instead of really dissecting the words. It's artificial
mm.
intelligence. It's basically saying your intelligence is not better than this artificial stuff that we got. If we can make artificial watermelons, you're gonna buy the artificial and stop
Right,
buying the one with the seeds in it. Hey, okay.
that's a fact, man. That people just say AI, but like that, man, that really is important though, because once you hear that artificial, it's just like it make you think twice. Cause what is it like? Fake? It's fake. Artificial. It's not real. No, it's not really real intelligence, because the real intelligence is what you hold in that mind of yours, what you hold in that in both hemispheres of your brain. Like that's the real intelligence right there. Like it's basically a copycat of the human mind.
Yep, it's a mockery. Just
Hmm.
basically a mockery of what you have already said and then you say, well, I'm gonna trust the in no other situation did you say I want the artificial over the real thing.
Right.
In most
Exactly.
scenarios, I ain't gonna say no, none, because now it's a different world. Everybody's got artificial uh additives. I'm gonna say.
Mm. Yeah, everything is almost artificial these days, even down to body parts.
That can be one of the additives.
Even down to that, man. It's like, but that goes back into just understanding who you are and just like understanding what you are capable of doing outside of, you know, stuff that, that you can use. Like, I'm talking about you. Like, we have the ability to build our own bodies, to build our own minds. We don't necessarily need nothing artificial, but it's like the media goes back to that. It primes us for it. It gets us ready to be able to live off of these different ideologies and different behaviors, like just going to get things added to our body and switching up our body parts. Like we literally had the ability to do that ourselves. Every situation is different, but like you can build your body just like how you can build your mind. So it's like that aspect of it is very, very interesting. Um and it's growing too. Like a lot of this stuff is growing like tremendously, very much.
It's all about how you perceive self at the end of the day. I mean, a lot of it's been a huge wave in reversals now. Now people want to reverse engineer what they have done. You
Hmm.
see, they got these artificial bodies, and they're like, you know what? I thought this was gonna make me happy. This actually made it worse. Now I gotta really assess mentally why would I demorph my body like this, and now I gotta
Exactly.
go through this process of reestablishing it back to normal. Even with tattoos, people
Hmm.
sometimes they want to get tattoos removed, and it's more painful to remove it than it was to get it there.
which is wild to me. And it's like, man, I remember I was getting tattoos. I was in that state of mind of just like, I'm trying to get tatted. I'm trying to get tatted. And I was like, do I really want this on my body? Because this is going to be here forever. Like, I really have to get something that is meaningful that I don't mind looking at. Because this is going to be here for eternity. Like, and I don't even know if that's even a thought anymore. Just that moment of realizing that it's going to be here forever. Like, I'm making this decision at this age, but it's going to affect me long term. That aspect of society is gone. Like, I really feel like that aspect is really gone. And it goes into, changing of body parts. It goes into, decision making when you just like, when you in survival mode, people don't think about the long term at all. Like, it's gone. It really is.
It's expedited transformation. Expedited transformation has repercussions. If you really think about it, like I was thinking about when you walked in the studio and you said like, "Oh, I noticed your hair growing long." To me, I don't notice it because it's happening daily. It's not like it's microly happening.
Right.
But like even if you injure yourself, you get a scar as a kid. Oh, I got a scar from this. It hurt, but it wasn't like a long form of pain. You go and get a tattoo, you gotta really sit there and feel that pain, and you're gonna feel it for a long period of time, depending on how big of the tattoo you want, for example, or if you're going to surgery to get lip fillers or new implants or any of those things. You're putting yourself through an expedited transformation, which means you're gonna feel a substantial amount of pain. That's why they couldn't perfect teleportation, because they was like, yeah, it's going to destroy all the cells in your body to move you that fast to another location. So you want this transformation really fast? We could do it. We can't say that you're going to survive it though, because it's too much too soon.
Right. Yeah. It is mind-boggling, man, because it's like our culture switched. Like, everything is literally at the drop of a pen now. Like, we want instant gratification with everything, down to our food choices. Like, we want our food in 20 minutes. I be wanting my food in 20 minutes. If I go somewhere to eat, sometimes I be like, why am I even rushing for them to cook something for me? Like, we use, like, people live and die by DoorDash. And it's crazy because, like, we can pick up our phone and then choose something on a platform, and then it be at our door in like 20 to 45 minutes. And it's like, we don't even have to think about producing it. We don't have to think about cooking it. We don't have to think about the process or the time it takes. Like, everything is literally instantly. And now it's like information is instantly. It's no process of studying anymore and really, really grasping concepts. It's just like instantly. That part is scary for the future though. Cause it's like, yeah, you can purchase a robot, but you might turn into one too.
Yeah, I think they only get them for a reason. I think there's a test run, to be honest.
You might literally turn into a robot, like, like your kid literally, like, imagine, just think about having your kid around a robot. They are going to pick up things from this robot. I mean, it's just inevitable. Like, it can be good too in a way because it's like, damn, I could ask this robot a question and just spit the answer right out to me. And it's like, what you say again? Help me explain it in a way where I understand it. It's like you can really get into levels of thinking and understanding too. But I don't know. It's just like there's so many ways it can go. But which way do you want it to go? That's the question, though. That's the real question. Which way do you want it to go? You know, that is the real question. And that brings me to a quote that I really do. I'm about to start living by it now, like, because it's just like we have to structure our lives. We have to strategize, because like I was saying earlier about just like war, like everybody fighting a war. It's just like, which war are you fighting? They have wars. We already at war as melanated people because nothing is given to us. They expect us to depend on them, with this system. And it's working. It's been working for hundreds and thousands of years. But it's like, that's the war. That's the war. We're literally fighting a system. We're fighting to break away from a system that we're so dependent on. And that's one war that we don't understand at all. But it's like everybody's fighting a war. How do you know that you're fighting a war? You have to think about it. You have to think about what war are you fighting. One of my favorite teachers, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said that the first law of the universe is motion. And the second law is order. So anything that you set in motion is good. But if you don't bring it under some kind of order, the motion will bring about its destruction. So when you think about just thinking about a car, like if you hitting the gas pedal, that's motion. Like the car is gonna go like full speed, whatever, however fast you hitting it, it's gonna go. But the steering wheel, where you start a car, that's what brings order. Like, where are you steering the car? Where are you, where are you steering the car, and where is it going? Where is the destination? Because if you don't steer the car, it's going to lead to destruction, right? So, that's the same thing with our lives. Like, we have a lot of stuff that's going on around us. We have a lot of things that we doing. But where is it leading us? What strategic plans do we have to win the war? What strategic plans do we have to build generational wealth? What strategic plans do we have to build our mindsets, our health, and our wellness? Like, we have to understand that, like, this shit is not going to be given to us at all. Like, this is nothing going to be given to us. And the ability to have ancestors, the ability to have people that's still walking on this earth that has knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tapping into those people, understanding what they did to get them where they are, understanding what they did wrong, understanding what they, did right, and applying it to your life, applying it to where you're trying to go, how to win your war. I'm gonna pull up a video to segue into another topic because this is a very important topic. And that topic is mental health and substance abuse in our community. So, this is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. It might be your grandmother's favorite rapper. And it might be your favorite rapper too. It's Mr. Lil Durk. Yeah. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Durk, how you doing, man?
So, swear.
What's up? Look, how you holding up? How are you doing?
Good, super good, man. I'm locked in, just
Listen,
one day at a time.
One day at a time. Listen, we got word that you were in rehab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about that a little bit?
No, we good. I want to embrace it, you know what I'm saying? Because it helped me a lot.
Helped you a lot.
Yeah, so I want people to not run from it or be shy from it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was that like for you, though? You know what I mean? Because it's not really, we don't see a guy like you, you know, a lot of times you go to rehab and talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
I ain't really seen too many people go through rehab or, talk about their mental health as much. Because, I mean, it happens in the industry. I know it does, But it's not too many people that's going to talk about their rehab journey. He said it helped him a lot. Like, I think we really need to realize what he said. Like, rehab helped him a lot, How people struggling, like, really, really bad in this area. Like, the drug abuse culture is so fatal. So I'm just gonna let it continue.
I won't even say it was tough at first. It was tough at first, but it ain't that tough because I really knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was holding me back.
And what was that? What did you want?
I wanted better. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a better man, a better father, a better leader, but more action. So I got to make sure that self is good before, anybody else.
Got it. All right. Look, I mean, did you feel like it helped?
Yeah, it helped. It helped a lot, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking clearer, you know what I'm saying? And see, my main goal is peace, you know what I'm saying? Being with the family. And
peace. That's his main goal. Is peace, right? He said he knew what he wanted. He knew what was holding him back, which was the drugs. And what's holding us back right now? Like, our people is dying by the hundreds of thousands yearly. Like people are really, really suffering in our communities from drug abuse. So just hearing him just talk about rehab and just how it was beneficial to him, and just just letting people know that this is something that I knew I needed to do because it was holding me back. Let's continue on.
Staying out of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And getting 100% on my ding.
Did you write any music?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Were you inspired?
I was, but it's more clearer.
More clear?
It's more clear.
Good man. All right. Before rehab, before you went in, What was your mental state like? What was your
moving fast,
moving fast?
making excuses. You know what I'm saying? Letting the drugs take over me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like the codeine and everything. Just
is that what it was? Was codeine?
Yeah, Xanax, but it don't make me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just see myself just staying on the right track and just trying to change a lot of lives. You know what I'm saying?
By speaking on it,
yeah,
being honest about it.
I don't want to be like, no, get away from me. Like when you ask me questions, like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like this for the youth or this for the older people who want to do better and feel like they're embarrassed or feel like a lot going on or people gonna talk about them. But if I do it, they're gonna do it.
Of course, because it's not something. There's a stigma in the inner cities for young black boys and young black women to go to rehab to seek.
You're a junkie. You a junkie, bro. You on drugs. I don't need rehab, bro. I can thug it out. I don't need rehab. It's only perks. It ain't fentanyl, it's perks. It's only oxys, it's only Xanax. I don't need rehab. It's only weed. It's only alcohol. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Just go get some help, bro. Lil Durk did it. It's more than that, bro. It's more than that. It's taking control of your mind. It's taking control of your behaviors. You damaging your mind, bro.
Therapy to seek help.
What I want to do is I want to do a lot of with in Chicago. Like I want to enhance them or like build one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to build a?
Yeah, because it's like I know what it did for me. You know what I'm saying? And I know
that'd be huge.
Yeah, and I know it can help a lot of people. So I'm gonna get the foundation down. I'm gonna just do it. Like from here on, it's all actions.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I saw that you wanted to curb the violence.
Yeah.
In Chicago, you know?
Yeah, I've been talking to a lot of the bloggers.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? We've been on the same page.
A lot of the big musicians from Chicago.
Yeah, but it's really the blog because they narrate it. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to them, being on the one page and just trying to keep all the bullshit down. Everybody ain't gonna change, but we gonna save as many people as we could.
Start in Chicago and maybe expand?
Yeah, because this is where I'm from.
Yeah, of course.
I want to fix the world at once, but you know, this reality.
So the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation kind of started.
Biggest. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kevin.
So I see that though. You smile though. I see those words and I see you smiling. You know.
No, my brother Whoop.
I respect that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really tapped into the music world as much anymore, but when I seen this video, you know, I'm like, yeah, I respect that. I ain't gonna hold you, because just talking about it, man, and understanding, like, it, through the video, he was talking about, like, how much he understands his influence. He understands his influence, like, and he wants to give back. He said, you know, to this point, his action steps. But I mean, like, we'll see, you know. But the point is really just understanding, if you need help, just go get help. Like, kill the stigma, bro. Kill the stigma, sis. It's more than that. It's more than that, because you probably got people around you that really care about you, that really need you. And not only that, it's just, you got a future too. It's not only just the people that's around you, it's your future. It's your future, you know? Like, drug abuse is really taking over our culture. You know, so if you need help, reach out. There's plenty of you know, platforms and resources that you can reach out to and get the help that you need. You know? So let's kill the stigma. Spread, you know, love and positivity to those who are in need, those who are challenged by substance abuse. Because at the end of the day, we gotta look out for each other. We have to. It's only right. It's literally only right that we look out for each other, because I don't think we were the ones that put the drugs into our communities. I don't think that. Like, I mean, I don't think that's how it went. Like, and then now that we just talking about substance abuse, it makes me think about crack in the 80s, right? It's so many different layers to how it destroyed our people. We talking about the actual crack, right? People being addicted to crack. Then we talking about drug dealers that's already, on the streets. Everything just being amplified because you got more people that's really trying to get into the game because they realizing there's a lot more money. So that's causing way more people to kill people and just like do crazy things that kills our culture. Like it's not just the addiction part of it. And then it broke so many households. It literally broke so many households because you had people getting killed. You had people people getting killed, people overdosing, people going to jail. It's just like from that era is just like so many layers to the destruction of the black family. Like it was so like, oh man. And I mean this is from, my studies and, just hearing about like how that era went for people. It's really heartbreaking. And it's like now it's being repeated at a deadlier cost with fentanyl. Real quick, let me just pull up some statistics. Fentanyl overdose statistics. Yeah, I say facts. California had the most total deaths from fentanyl in 2022 with 6,453. Let's look up Baltimore. Baltimore City makes up 9% of Maryland's population, but now through the first 7 months of 2024, represents 44% of Maryland's overdose deaths. Annually, Baltimore has an average of more than 2 overdoses per day. 2 overdoses per day. Wow. Wow. Like the statistics, man, it's just like crazy actually. More than 100,000 Americans are dying from drug overdoses every year, largely from the synthetic opioid fentanyl. But in recent years, no city has been hit as hard as Baltimore when it comes to overdose deaths. Like I said, 100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year. Oh, man. And just like those statistics, man, are just like mind-boggling, actually. Like, and all we can do is try. All we can do is try to offer resources, extend your hand for help. We can try to create resources and try to spread love. try to spread empathy and understanding of, people's situation, because the environment that we are in plays a big part in our decision making. And it's hard when you're in survival mode, because people use drugs to get through things. It's a real thing. It's a coping skill. That's just what it is, and we have to acknowledge it as that. Like, drugs are used to cope. Like, it is a choice. Alcohol is used to cope. But is that the most healthy way of coping? Is it going to be detrimental to your future self? How is it affecting you right now? Is it affecting the people that's around you? That's the questions that we need to ask. What do I want for my future? What war am I fighting? How do I get through this war? What strategy am I going to implement to fight against this substance? Because you're not the substance. The substance isn't you. You're not your trauma. You're not your environment. It's just what's happening around you. So now it's like you got to figure out, how do I navigate this? How? Like, what strategies can I implement? What behaviors can I add or break? What behaviors can I destroy to become my future self? How do I get to my future self? How do I achieve those dreams, those visions, those realities that I want? Yeah, man. So that pretty much wraps up today's episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. We growing, man. This is just the beginning of everything that I'm doing. It's a lot of things that's coming. We got products coming. Me personally, outside of this channel, I have a book that I will be introducing soon or later. It's a lot more to come. So please tap in, like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if y'all peeped it yet, but I got merch too. It's coming. So, I don't have no website up or nothing like that. So if you feeling it, if you want to be branded, tap in with me and I got you. Peace, family.